Good morning, this is PJ. These are our readings for Friday, June 11th, 2021. We have our three readings. We have Psalms 92, 1 through 4, and 12 through 15. Our Old Testament reading is 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 26, all the way through chapter 11, verse 8. And our New Testament reading is Hebrews chapter 11, verses 4 through 7. We're going to be reading these in the Message, and with us reading in the Message, the verses are a little bit different, and so our psalm is actually going to be extended. We start off in Psalms 92, 1 through 9, and then we skip over and do 12 through 15. Here are these words. What a beautiful thing, God, to give thanks, to sing an anthem to you, the high God, to announce your love each daybreak, sing your faithful presence all through the night. Accompanied by the dulcimer and the harp, the full-bodied music of strings. You make me so happy, God. I saw your work and I shouted for joy. How magnificent your work, God. How profound your thoughts. Dullards never notice what you do. Fools never do get it. When the wicked popped up like weeds, all the evil men and women took over. You mowed them down. Finish them off once and for all. You, God, are high and eternal. Look at your enemies, God. Look at your enemies. Ruined, scattered to the winds. All of the hirelings of the evil. And then 12 through 15. But you made me strong as a charging bison. You've honored me with a festival parade. The sight of the critics going down is still fresh. The rout of my malicious detractors. My ears are filled with the sound of promise. Good people will prosper like palm trees, grow tall like the Lebanon cedars, transplanted to God's courtyard. They'll grow in the presence of God, lithe and green, virile still in old age. Such is a witness to the upright God, my mountain, my huge, holy mountain. The Old Testament reading comes from 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 26, and goes through chapter 11, verse 8. Hear these words. Solomon collected chariots and horses, 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses. He stabled them in the special chariot cities as well as in Jerusalem. The king made silver as common as rocks and cedars as common as the fig tree in the lowland hills. His horses were brought in from Egypt and Cilicia, specifically acquired by the king's agents. Chariots from Egypt went for 15 pounds of silver, and a horse for about 3 3/4 pounds of silver. Solomon carried a brisk horse trading business with the Hittites and the Armenian royal houses. King Solomon was obsessed with women. Pharaoh's daughter was only the first of many foreign women he loved. Moabite, Amorite, Edomite, Sidonian, and Hittite. He took them from the surrounding pagan nations of which God had clearly warned Israel. You shall not marry them. They'll seduce you into infatuations with their gods. Solomon fell in love with them anyway, refusing to give them up. He had 700 royal wives and 300 concubines, 1,000 women in all. And they did seduce him away from God. As Solomon grew older, his wives beguiled him and the alien gods, and he became unfaithful. He did not stay true to his God of his father David has done. Solomon took up with Ashtaroth, the whore goddess of the Sidonians, and Molech, the horrible god of the Amorites. Solomon openly defiled God. He did not follow in his father David's footsteps. He went on to build a sacred shrine to Shemash, the horrible god of Moab, and to Molech, the horrible god of the Ammonites, on a hill just east of Jerusalem. He built similar shrines for all foreign wives. who then polluted the countryside with the smoke and stench of their sacrifices. Our New Testament reading comes from the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verses 4 through 7. By an act of faith, Abel brought a better sacrifice to God than Cain. It was what he believed, not what he bought, that made the difference. That's what God noticed and approved as righteousness. After all these centuries, the belief continued to catch on in our notice. By an act of faith, Enoch skipped death completely. They looked all over and couldn't find him because God had taken him. We know on the basis of the reliable testimony that before him he was taken to please God. It is impossible to please God apart from faith. And why? Because anyone who approaches God must believe both in that he exists and that he cares enough to respond to those who seek him. By faith, Noah built a ship in the middle of a dry land. He was warned about something he couldn't see and acted on what he was told. The result? His family was saved. His act of faith drew a sharp line between the evil of the unbelieving word and the righteous of the believing world, and as a result, Noah became intimate with God. And here ends our readings for Friday, June 11th. Have a great day.